Okay, cool. So
We're here.
We're here. We are here. We have just got coffee. We're outside in the garden. Or I'm half outside, half inside. Mm-hmm. And I'm here with this week's guest. I didn't expect it to happen so soon. But I managed to convince her. Did I?
That's things expecting... What? Not expecting things to happen so soon basically is how our relationship happened. I feel like you've summarized it for people before we even started.
Yeah, precisely.
So your subconscious is on point.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Always on point. I think, introduce yourself. Who are you? How do we relate?
Wow. All the listeners back home. Yeah, so hi everybody. My name is Carla. Carla Mostert. Sitting here with a human we've recently broken up. Maybe about 2.5 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think 3.
3
Yeah.
3 weeks. And I think I have a desire to actually jump in, but so I'm doing a PhD at the drama department here in Makanda. I love moving, any kind of moving. I love what moving does to our minds. I know definitely for myself, like, trying to just deal with the chaos in my mind. Like often moving has really, really helped. So I hate the word dancer, but whatever. I have that kind of background.
But if I may add, might I add?
Sure.
She's
it's your podcast.
Of course. But you're my guest. I give my guests freedom.
Okay.
She's a beautiful mover.
Thank you.
Yeah, she is a beautiful mover.
Yeah. Thanks.
Do you feel like you've said enough about yourself?
No. I'm a Leo. Also, I need a shout out to a friend here.
Who?
I'm gonna shout out to AL.
Oh wow!
Just because I promised, and really appreciate friendship with this person.
You can say her name.
Nah, I didn't ask her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
no problem.
Shout out to this friend, but I think I want to say I'm a local to Makanda. I have a lot of pride in this place. Also because I've experienced a lot of people hating on the place.
Myself included.
Yourself included.
Yeah.
So, not all of us are that bad. Is kind of the thing that comes to mind. But also home can be more than one thing, Doesn't the narrative that you have to leave and become someone else, I don't necessarily think that's true. Yeah. That's enough for now.
Yeah, that's enough for now. I want you to start. I guess I'll chip in. I won't necessarily wait for you. I want you to start. So they're both sides of the story. I mean, to the story, yeah.
Of how we met.
Of how we met. And I want you to start.
Okay, so I remember in 2021 that we were in Kovovo, and by some...
Hey, I have international listeners here. What's Kovovo?
Oh, sorry. It was in COVID, and through the ways of the universe, there was a production that had to be put on. And by some strange reason, I was asked to direct, which is not a strength necessarily that I have. But whatever. So then there were auditions. I remember they were in the main theatre of the drama department. So I remember, feeling a bit confused at this task that had been put in front of me, and just walking in. And because I'd done my MA and left Makanda for about a year at least. Yeah, and then it would have been 2 years it was kind of like my first year back in the department, so I was curious to see who I would remember and who I wouldn't remember in terms of just faces and students. So I walked in and I really wanted to get like just a understanding of the landscape in terms of people. So then I remember I kind of scanned across, and you were sitting all the way on the one side
by myself,
by your lonesome.
Yeah, by myself. Yeah.
And if it was a mask situation, so everyone still had masks. So I remember like looking at you, not recognizing you, but not being sure. So I asked you to take down your mask.
Yeah.
And you were really skeptical.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck?
I was like, who's this lady?
And then I looked, I was like, okay, I don't know you, fine. And then I just scanned over to the rest of the people.
I was offended, by the way. I was like, I'm going to show you my face, and you're just going to say, I don't know you.
Oh, shame.
Yeah.
Sorry. You mean like offended?
Nah, not offended.
You just...
Also, I found you cute, so I was like, hello, cute lady. I was like...
No, wait. Just wait for your version.
Yeah.
But then you had made it into the cast.
Surprisingly.
So I kind of knew of you before. I'm just through the lecturers and stuff talking about you, and advocating for you to be in the cast. So
they were like, he's an Oscar award-winning actor.
Oh my gosh!
How dare you leave him out?
Whoa, the ego is high today. So meeting was definitely in the auditions, but then obviously when we started rehearsals, then there was some more interaction.
Yeah, more interaction.
Yeah. I'll tell the story about the name thing later.
Yeah, I wanted to add it to my story.
It's fine. We'll compete for that. We'll compete.
Yes. So cool. As Carla mentioned, there were these auditions for a COVID awareness production, which actually didn't end up happening, but I'm still happy we got paid for it. And I didn't feel prepared for the audition at all, because I have this weird ritual. Before I go in for an audition, I prefer not to speak to anyone. And that day I had spent time with a friend at a coffee shop. And when I looked at the time, I was like, oh wait, shit, I got an audition. And I went in for the audition. I didn't feel prepared at all. So I just told myself that I'll just go in for the audition and just rock up, I guess. Rocked up. This white lady walks in. This white lady.
Tell them what I was wearing.
What were you wearing? You had your beanie.
Yes.
Yeah, you had your beanie on. It was winter. You had your beanie on. Didn't you have those pants that you usually wear when you dance?
Yes.
You had your dancing pants, and you know yourself. You're wearing.
I know, but
you always have layers.
Told the story before. You always mention the clothes. So I thought you were gonna mention that.
Yeah, and you had your layers. You know.
Just you said typical white girl outfit.
Was it okay? Whatever. Cool.
Boots.
Oh, yeah, your boots.
Tights.
Yeah.
Beanie.
Yeah.
Some
Boots,
sort
tights,
of jacket.
Yeah. And I was like, who is this white lady? I wanted to ask, someone in the room, but I was like, it was very clear that no one knew you apart from the person you were co-directing with.
Yeah.
And I was like, who is she? Cool. We did whatever we did on stage. I didn't expect to get in, but somehow I did. And then rehearsal started.
Yeah.
But I did feel that you were very distant. Yeah, a lot of
in the beginning.
Yeah, I did feel that you were
in
the rehearsals. I'd try and joke with you, and you just I
was sussing you out, man.
Yeah,
sussing you. I was trying to suss out this person.
But I was really surprised because you were open with the other two girls. I don't want to name drop. Yeah.
Sure.
But you were very open with everyone else. But then I'm like, yeah, but you don't know them as well. Why are you sussing me out? So I kind of gave up on trying to get to know you. But then I was surprised after the one rehearsal, you were outside.
Yeah.
And then you called me. And then you asked me, what's your full name?
Yeah.
And I just looked at you like, how do you know that this is not my full name? First of all, you're white, you don't know. You're white. You don't know black names. So what do you mean? What's your full name?
I mean, it's true. Kgothi is too. It's so easy. It sounded like it had been adapted.
Yeah.
But you are right.
Yeah.
Tswana names are not in my context.
Yeah, precisely.
So I was just taking a guess.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And then you asked, I think the next question was, can't remember, but then...
I just remember I pulled you back because you had walked past.
Yeah, I walked
and
past.
And I pulled you back.
Yeah, you pulled me back. And then...
I felt quite proud, I think.
You know?
Yeah, like a real GN kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like you're on your way.
But I was playing the game. I was playing the game.
I was
100% playing the game.
I was playing the game too.
Yay! look where we are now.
Yeah.
So, cool, you call me and then you ask.
Because when you paused, I was like, he's in the bag. I'm kidding, that's just my ego.
Yeah. And then you asked, is that your name or are you making it easier for white people?
Did I say that?
Yeah. I was
Damn.
like, excuse me? Excuse I'm like, excuse me?
Oh, it got like an anger response.
Nah, well, I was just like, the audacity. The audacity. Okay. I'm like, how dare you think I'm making my name easier for these white people?
What an opening line.
You know? But then I explained that... No, I actually didn't explain. I said, I can tell you the story over coffee. Because I was like, no, I'm not going to make it easy for you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not,
then I freaked the fuck out.
Yeah, I was like, oh, no, we can have coffee. Yeah. Okay. I swear all the time on this podcast.
Oh, okay.
And I thought to myself, I'm like...
What? But there was something about an ID.
Oh, yes. I showed you my ID. But then I told you that there's a story behind me being called Kgothi by everyone.
You were playing the game,
I was playing the game.
You were playing the game.
Listen, when
opportunity knocks.
When opportunity knocks. Listen, if there's an opportunity to play the game, I will play the game.
Yeah.
I enjoy the chase.
Yeah.
Yeah, enjoy the chase.
Yeah.
Cool. For those who don't know, the chase is chasing a woman.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do I call it?
What
do I also say?
It's
not...
It's also a chase, I think, like, because you were on the chase, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess...
No, I mean, wait, no, in that situation.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't on the chase yet. I was just, legit curious.
But you threw bait, don't you think?
What do you mean?
I don't know, you kind of, threw a bone.
I think, you know how you're talking about just getting to know a cast member, just having, a sense of rapport?
Yeah.
I didn't do that intentionally. But, yeah, I think that was my way in, just to get to know you as a person.
Yeah.
So then when you came with the coffee, I think it threw me off guard because I was like, I wasn't because coffee is,
Coffee is what?
Two people sitting down.
Of course.
Spending time.
That's the point.
And I was like, that wasn't quite what I had asked for.
But I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me off guard, sure.
Yeah.
What did I say?
I saw it in your face.
Oh!
It was clear.
My face was like...
but I like a good challenge.
Okay.
And I thought to myself, you're not gonna get the story. Even if you say no to the coffee, you're not gonna get the somehow we're gonna have to sit down for the story.
Okay.
And you agreed.
Mm-hmm. And we already had each other's numbers
from the group, because there was a group chat.
From the group chat.
And I think you made the first move. You definitely made the first move. Do you want to talk about it? Do you want to get into it?
I do. I'm not sure if... Can you pause?
Okay.
I think I quickly asked for a pause because... I think what I'm about to share... It's a bit controversial, and I know that a lot of people, when the word cheating comes up, it's a huge trigger for people. So if you're a listener and that word triggers you, just take a deep breath, né? So I was in a relationship at the time, and that first move was, I don't know, had we been talking? I think we had been talking a little bit, but not really.
Yeah, we were talking about something else, but work related.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the move was, now I'm trying to think of the wording. It was like, are you open to open relationships? What did I say?
Yeah, something along the lines
Something about asking about...
how do you feel about open relationships?
How do you feel about open relationships? Then, I think I'd done it as a test.
Yeah.
I'd done it as a test. And...
Let me just add that I really took long to reply. I specifically remember taking more than 30 minutes. I saw the message immediately when it came in, but I was like...
Did you read it?
I read it. I didn't open it though, because blue ticks and whatever.
Yeah.
I just looked at it for a very long while.
Really?
And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch series. And I think I watched Insecure or something.
What?
Yeah,
Are you serious?
Yeah, and I think after the episode, then I was like, okay, cool. Let me answer her.
Yeah, so your answer... I think I was expecting a no.
Yeah.
Like, I was expecting... Like, oh my gosh, no, like, who are you, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember the wording, but your answer was like, something like you've done that before.
Yeah, I had done it
or
before.
that you're open to it.
Yeah.
Yo. Then that was a game. I think, yeah, that was a game changer. I think it was a test, but it was also like, what's the word for this? It was a question. It was like, do you want to play?
And I like playing.
Yeah, so when you responded positively...
Play is play.
That was kind of like the hook.
Yeah, the hook, yeah.
That got into me.
You threw a bone, I threw it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fast forward a little bit. I ended up ending the relationship that I'd been in.
Mm-hmm.
And... Yeah, I mean... At the time, there was also a thing of like general rules about what happens in this time. Like, you're supposed to take time for yourself. You're supposed to, under like the heading of being mature, whatever. Like, there's generally a belief that you take time. I think maybe we can like circle back to that later.
Yeah, we can.
But in this situation, it really felt like there was something that you were offering that I wanted immediately.
Immediately, yeah.
And
same from my side.
Really?
Yeah, I had been playing a lot. I had I wasn't taking relationships seriously at all. I was enjoying playing around. Mainly because the girls that I would get with were, in my head, not what I was looking for in a woman at all.
Oh, yeah.
0. So I was like, therefore, I will play. Because I don't have to commit to
but
this.
I get that, but like, how are you... Do you mean like they were still attractive in some sense?
Yeah,
but they weren't people you would want to be serious
like
with?
they were physically attractive.
Yeah.
But they weren't necessarily people who I would commit a whole entire life. To. I did not see it. And it's small things like, for example, oh, she smokes. I'm like, oh, hell no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
You know?
Hundreds.
Or she's very materialistic. I'm like, oh, hell no. Like small things, but small things that actually end up becoming really big later on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I actually remember
offered something that was really different. You don't smoke.
Yeah.
In my opinion, you're not materialistic.
Yeah.
I don't know, you live in your own world. And
actually, like, I saw something recently about people that are, I don't know how true this is. I mean, it's one of those things you see on TikTok, but I saw something about people that are quite sensitive. And one of the labels, it was like a picture with a bunch of like arrows pointing from the person. One of the labels is that people that are quite sensitive, we have a rich inner life. And like when I saw those words like put together, I was like, that is so true.
Yeah.
Like not to say that other people don't necessarily have a rich inner life,
Yeah.
but yeah, the way you're saying it now, like that I live in my own world, like I definitely, it's colorful in here.
Yeah.
Like
Same. Yeah.
you know.
Mm.
Anyways, I just wanted to offer that
Yeah.
randomly.
Oh, I don't think it's random. Because I think it also speaks to how I saw myself in you.
Yeah.
I saw myself in you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something I don't think we talk about when we talk about dating.
Yeah.
That you see something of yourself in that person.
Yeah, and I saw a lot of things that I do.
Yeah.
In you.
Yeah.
You really do prioritize self-care. I mean, okay, sometimes I don't, but I do. And it's something I could I saw a lot of things that I do that you prioritized, and I found it incredibly attractive. But I mean, yeah, I find looks played a part.
No, of course, always.
But then, there were just other things that were like, whoa.
What was? Can you remember one of the whoa? I know you have made examples now.
Your boots.
My boots.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect anyone to wear those boots in public. Yeah.
What does that mean?
No, I just like you were rocking these boots.
Are they? What's okay? I'm hearing something else.
What are you hearing?
I'm hearing those are ugly boots, but
Yeah.
you chose to wear them in public as if they were Crocs. So what are you saying? So that I can make sure I'm hearing what you're saying.
So, for example, okay, let me give you an example. And this is the thing that I saw in you.
Vibes.
And I was like, wait,
Vibes.
I have done that before. So when I think I was like 12, 13, I asked my mom for sneakers, right? I showed her this picture, and I was like, please get me these sneakers.
Yeah.
And then she bought me the sneakers, but she bought me the girl version of the sneakers.
Okay.
Right? So
Okay.
these ones were for girls, and I didn't know. Here I am thinking like, oh my gosh, these are really some sick ass sneakers. They're really cool. And I wear them proudly. I get to school, and everyone is laughing.
Oh no.
Like, those sneakers are for girls. I didn't know that.
Was it the gents?
It was obviously the gents. It's always the gents.
It's always the
It's
gents.
always the gents. And they're laughing. But I remember not caring. I wore them again.
Oh, yeah.
And I wore them again. And I wore them again and again and again and again and again. Because in my head, I'm like, they're just sneakers.
Yeah.
They are just sneakers.
Yo, so that was you at 13.
Yeah. So when I
Damn.
saw that, I know...
But okay, wait. So you're saying the boots look manly?
No, the boots don't look manly.
Oh.
But I just don't expect people to wear those boots proudly outside. It just looks like boots that people wear indoors. I had never seen those boots ever in my life.
Oh, okay.
Ever.
Okay.
And the people that I know, I would expect them to laugh when they see those kind of boots. But so you did something that was just like out of the ordinary.
Oh.
And I was like, tick. There,
Oh.
tick. It wasn't basic. I don't, like
Oh,
you know
something different.
it was something different. You've heard like the phrase basic white beep.
Yeah.
It was not basic white beep. You know?
Beep.
Yeah, it was different.
Yeah, I get you.
And therefore you stood out.
I get you.
Yeah, which is something I take note of when I find a woman attractive.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, you did something that
Doesn't fit the script.
Yeah, it doesn't fit the script.
Yeah.
You were told to do this as a woman.
Sure.
And then you said no, I'm gonna turn left. I'm like, I want you.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
are an independent thinker.
Yeah. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
It's like such a small thing on my side.
Yeah.
Like they're just my boots.
Yeah. But you see, the thing is, you see it as a small thing.
Yeah.
But I see it as, how much of that small thing contributes to your decision making.
Yeah.
So to you, it's a small thing. To me, it's like, but like, what do other parts of your life look like if you have that sort of thinking?
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, that's the way I see it.
Hectic. Okay, I'm gonna sit with that, actually. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite memory of us? Apart from the stolen kisses?
I was gonna say stolen kisses.
Yeah, I had a lot of stolen kisses.
And I mean, I think because it's over, it's I'm happy to share.
Go for it.
But like, I think at that time, okay, wait, there's a kgothi on your page. Do you wanna just? Okay.
To my international listeners, a kgothi is a bug.
Oh. Yeah, there was a time. There was a secrecy.
Yeah.
Around us, courting each other.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a particular office in the drama department, which is kind of a communal space. Communal being a strong word, but many people use that office. And it's perfect because you can be inside this office and be out of view, or you can be in line with the door, and then there are these two small windows that people from the passageway can see in. So I think we were about to have a meeting, or I don't know what the context was, but there's always like a moment when you know no one's gonna be here for the next 30 seconds to 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But they also might.
Yeah. They might walk in.
They might. So when you see this moment, there's like that thrill of like, now's a good time.
Now's a good time.
Not now.
Yeah.
Now is a good time. And I remember asking you like, can I get a kiss or something?
Yeah.
And then I loved also seeing the shock in your eyes. But that was a favorite moment. Like, just being able to share that with you. Like, I want to say almost in a workspace, but not necessarily. But just, I think it's the fact that you agreed.
Yeah.
And there was such a playful element to it.
Yeah.
There's so many moments that come to mind. So I don't know which one is more favorite than the other. One that definitely does stand out though, I think we had a conversation a few weeks later where we had both agreed excuse me, we both agreed that this was a playful situation.
Which I didn't want it to be, but you kind of just play along if you want to keep, someone in your pocket,
Sure.
Yeah.
So we had this we were talking about something, and then I said to you, I can see this in my mind, but I'm struggling with the words.
Yeah.
So help me. We're having a conversation. Then
I think the thing you're about to mention is my favorite memory, but go for it.
Okay, well, help me fill it in.
Yeah.
So I said, what did I say? Something about it wasn't about life goals, but it's like the things you want out of life.
Oh yeah.
What was it?
It was something along the lines of you like it when things are clear, something like that. I don't know.
No, it's
Are
not.
you sure?
It wasn't about clarity.
But
it was about.
Listen, we spoke for long.
Yeah.
So clarity did come up.
It was about the seriousness of the relationship.
Yeah.
And it was about it's like the things you want to get out of this relationship.
Yeah. Let me take it from it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm not fucking it up.
No, you're not fucking it up at all.
Go for it.
Yeah, it was around that, and I remember we were talking about this, and if this thing is going to expire, or we're just trying to figure out what is this? What do I want out of this? What do you want out of this? And then I asked her, a question, a game changer. Let me tell you, that question changed everything. I asked Carla, But have you asked Kgothi what he wants?
Yes!
Like, I'm like, you going on about what you want. I'm like, have you asked me what I want out of this?
Yeah.
And that, I just remember your face.
Yeah. Oof.
Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know. Like, you melted.
Hey, melt is a strong word.
Very strong, but...
it felt like a bit like an earthquake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was...
I got stuck.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
And in that moment, I was like, game changer.
Yeah.
It made you think.
It made me think.
Yeah. I witnessed you sit there with your thoughts.
Yeah, I think I had assumed that you wanted something light and playful.
Yeah.
And I had assumed that this was a game for you.
I think in Carla's head, she probably thought that for me this was like a sugar mama fantasy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So for those who don't know, Carla's 6 years older than me.
Yeah.
And in her, I honestly, like, I think in her head she thought it was a sugar mama fantasy, but it wasn't at all.
Yeah.
And I kind of also hated it because I was like, why is this older woman ticking all my boxes?
Yeah.
What are my age mates getting wrong?
Yeah, and I think I can tap in there, like, because the person I'd broken up with was a year older than me.
Yeah.
And also just generally, I suppose men that were around, that were in my age group,
Yeah.
age year. I mean, there weren't many of them, still aren't many of them, but, hey, no disrespect, but, like, none of them ticking any boxes or, just being, like, profoundly not impressed. Like, I don't know how else to say that. And it's not because I'm, like, some hotshot nothing. Like, I also have flaws and, like, issues and things I'm working on. Like, below average.
Yeah.
I could handle some average.
It's nice to know that I was above average.
You're fishing for compliments.
I'm fishing for compliments.
But in many ways, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, in many ways. Look, I think also that needs to be voiced. Like, you were a lot stronger than the partner I just left at that time.
Yeah.
And...
which is very hard to admit.
What do you mean?
It must be hard to admit.
Oh, no.
It's not easy.
No.
It's easy. Okay.
Yeah. It's almost like it was a pendulum swing.
Yeah.
So this ex-partner of mine was like showing up in very particular ways that I had normalized for so long. And then when you came and you swung on the other side, like you were completely responsible for yourself. I didn't have to worry about you outside of the time that we spent together. I know the word that was coming up at the time was...
did you say weather or word?
Word.
Oh, okay.
Self-sustaining.
Yeah.
Or independent.
Yeah.
It sounds... I don't know what this is going to sound like. But after a rehearsal or after, like, spending time together, seeing you walk away...
Yeah.
And knowing I don't have to do anything...
Yeah.
Was like gold.
Yeah.
Like, anyone that's been in a relationship where you have to, like, constantly mother or care for that partner, specifically as the woman in the situation, like, you'll understand that when that person's not with you, you're worrying about them like they're a child.
Yeah.
So, and I don't mean walking away like I was checking you out. I mean literally just seeing you.
It's okay if you were checking me out.
No, but not in this context. In this context, it's like he's leaving my space.
Yeah.
And he can manage himself.
Yeah.
I don't have to keep a channel open in my mind about you.
Yeah.
I can close that tab and that tab can reopen.
Yeah.
When we spend time together again.
Yeah.
Breath of fresh air.
Breath of fresh air, for sure. You were a breath of fresh air too.
Yeah. Vibes.
Because I was really tired of... because you said you were mothering. Sometimes I felt like I was fathering.
In previous
yeah,
things.
in previous things.
Yeah.
Because I had been in a lot of things, and because one of my strongest qualities is being able to offer a lot of emotional support.
Yeah.
I felt like I was filling in the gaps because a lot of these girls had issues with their fathers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was just I was like, no. No.
And I think this is the tricky part,
Yeah.
as people that are dating in our 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 30s,
30s.
yeah. Is that, like, when we think about the word care,
Yeah.
like what are the boundaries to that care?
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing to show up for your partner, but, like, when does it shift?
Yeah.
You know, to trying to fill in childhood trauma and gaps from their parenting experience.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's very clear.
Yeah.
Like, you think you're, and in that previous relationship as well. Like,
Yeah.
I do remember the thought of, and this is something I need to work on.
Okay. So you're still working on it?
Still working on it. Woo!
What is it?
Sometimes, like, when I experience someone and they can be very clear about a parenting experience,
Yeah.
there's a part of my personality that says, wow, you got this in a shit version, I'm going to be better for you. But in doing that, I take on a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
Because then I take note of that experience.
Mm.
So in that previous relationship, with that partner, his mom had not been present, reliable, good with managing money, and
him.
No, the mom.
Oh, the mom was
the mom.
Good with managing
Not
money.
good.
Oh, not good.
Not good.
Okay.
Am I saying this right now? Yeah. So she was not present.
Yeah.
Not reliable.
Yeah.
Not good at managing kind of money issues.
Yeah.
And when I say money issues, I just mean like the logistics of transferring money from one place to the other.
Yeah.
I don't mean like big fancy things.
Yeah.
So in knowing that was his reality, and still during our relationship, it made me want to be the opposite. Some of them are naturally things that I am good at, but like I wanted to be really on time and manage my money really well. I wanted to be really reliable. So if I say I'm meeting you at this time, I rock up. Or, you know, whatever the context. And then present. Being present with that person. And at the time, I thought that was a good thing. Hey! So that's why I'm saying it's really...
Yeah, you thought you were doing a good thing. You thought you were being a good girlfriend. Or what you were told.
Yeah.
I mean, what you're told what it looks like to be a good girlfriend.
Exactly.
And
no one... This can actually go into two tangents, but no one pointed out to me that that's not my job to fill in what his mom couldn't do.
Yeah.
And that is one of the things and reasons why I'm so grateful for this relationship that we had.
Yeah.
Because you were the... Besides
who?
Besides my mom and my sister.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But they had come with a different angle.
Yeah.
You were the only person, or one of the only people, to look at that relationship and be like, nah, this isn't it.
I remember.
And I thought you were just being silly.
Yeah.
Like, I thought you were coming from a jealous place.
Yeah.
I thought you were just being like, I thought you were playing the game.
Yeah.
But you disrupted a narrative that I had so well incorporated into my mind that really, and maybe this is heavy to say, but I have to just say it, like, it really set me free. It really disrupted a really toxic thing that I'd been in for 5-6 years. And I'm sure I would have come out in one way or another.
Yeah, I believe you would have.
But I'm kind of glad I came out at that time.
Yeah.
I think I would have become much more resentful, and I think I would have been hurt even deeper if
Yeah.
I'd stayed there for like another 2 years.
Yeah.
Which was something I was planning to do at the time.
Yeah.
So between you and my therapist and a few people,
Yeah.
I honor you for that.
Yeah, let's high five it.
Let's high five.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the one time we had lunch with a friend.
You and I, or you?
You and I, and we were with Jay.
Sure.
JR.
Yes.
Yeah. And you had this bright smile on your face, and I remember JR asking, "What's up with that?" And you're like, "Today's my, I think it was 6 years you were celebrating."
Yeah.
Sixth year anniversary.
Or maybe it was 5.
Was it 5? Doesn't matter.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Same.
Same. 5, 6, whatever.
Yeah.
And I remember JR like celebrating, and I don't know if you guys like were like cheers, and I looked at you and I was like, no. I'm not gonna celebrate that. Hell no.
Yeah.
I was like, my guy, make way. Some of us my guy.
Some of us gotta come through.
Some of us good guys.
Yeah.
We gotta come through. Because we don't finish last.
Yeah.
I was like, no, move out the way.
And I think in some, can I chip in?
Yeah.
Oftentimes when girls hear this kind of narrative from a guy, like it comes across as arrogance.
Yeah.
But I think even like right now what's landing is that there was a beautiful arrogance that you held because you knew I was destined for more.
Yeah.
And you knew I deserved more.
100%.
Yeah, so I almost just want to like isolate that for a second and just say that it's not... It doesn't have to be a negative thing when you guys come with that kind of energy of like, I can do better for her.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's true.
Yes, sometimes it's honestly, it's just true. Like you just know.
Yeah.
You know what you bring to the table.
Yeah.
And
you can see when a guy's fucking up.
Yeah, you can. Well, yeah.
And then by inverse as well.
Yeah.
Like you see guys with girls who are not serving them.
Yeah.
And I mean we all know we're all on journeys.
Yeah.
We're all doing things.
Yeah.
We're all trying to whatever, put ourselves back together.
Yeah.
But it's good to be voiced out.
Yeah. The narrative I kept telling myself, I was like, okay, my guy, you're just a chapter. Move.
Hey!
Please. Yeah, here's a new book.
Here's a new book.
You're just a chapter. Yeah.
You've been a beautiful chapter.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've been a beautiful chapter.
Yeah, you too.
And I think part of the reason I agreed to the podcast was also like, this is the most unconventional 2 weeks that we're going into, and I wanted to also share it on this platform. Can I go into that?
Yeah, just before you start with that, I wanted to uncouple properly.
So you're starting. You're getting ahead of me.
I'm starting.
You're getting ahead of me.
But I'm letting you lead the way.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, I wanted to uncouple properly.
Yeah.
Very unconventional.
So yeah, you'd been up home.
Yeah.
Do people know where you live?
Yeah, people know I'm from Rustenburg.
Okay, so you were in Rustenburg.
Yeah.
And then we had broken up over the phone. At that time...
Which I rejected.
What do you mean?
No, I was like, how dare she break up with me over the phone?
But at that time, we'd already booked a flight for you to come down here before we had broken up.
Yeah.
And then this flight, obviously, it had already been paid for.
Yeah.
And... it's been a really tough time. But also the thing we've spoken about is giving yourselves time to uncouple.
Yeah.
And so once you know it's over, there's the mourning.
Yeah.
Which happens at different times.
It happens at different times.
And in different ways.
Yeah, in different ways.
But it's also like all these conversations where we can let go of each other softly.
Yeah.
And gently.
Yeah. Whatever that looks like.
Whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
I do think it's worth mentioning, like, we've done this really quickly.
The what?
Like, we broke up. came down for the 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, there hasn't been a lot of space necessarily in between, but it is something that we've committed to as ex-partners or whatever.
Yeah, as ex-partners, yeah.
Yeah, and I think what we were talking about the other day is like this is always like, this is not the conventional narrative or way of doing things. Like, breakups can be messy. They can be so hard on people. There's the element of just cutting that person off like abruptly and quite finally.
Yeah.
And even though, like, between us, like, it's been difficult, this feels much better than previous breakups.
Yeah.
And like the turmoil over photos and memories and like how to make sense of that. And this is the first time that I don't feel resentment. I don't feel like robbed of my time. I feel like, yeah, it's cheesy, but like that I've grown in these past 2 years with you.
Yeah, I've grown a lot as well.
And I wonder if it might not work for all people in all contexts. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
But if we can build a dating culture that's kinder when things don't work.
Yeah.
Like, how wild would that be?
Right.
You can let that person go with love and say, like, I know you deserve someone good. I don't think that's me. Like, let's call it.
Let's call it.
Hey, I'm profounding.
You're profound.
Hey, I've got the words today.
I can tell that you lived in India at some point in your life.
Shut up.
Sadhguru.
Yeah.
Let's get into our qualities.
Okay.
Could you name one good quality and one bad quality?
I'll start with the bad.
Yeah.
So the bad quality is taking different information points and filling in the gap and then spiraling down. So like, I don't really actually have an example, but yeah, sometimes you can get trapped in let's say there's like a bad event that happened, whether I'm involved or not.
Yeah.
And you don't know what the reasons are for this thing that happened.
Yeah. And
then the ability to fill up those in-between reasons. So this was done to me. It must be because.
Yeah. ...
Yeah. Which is a very human thing to do, I think.
Yeah.
But I have noticed that you like latch in to the connections between those two information points.
Yeah.
And then you run.
Yeah, then
you run with that and it spirals straight down. And it's I found it really hard to kind of interrupt.
Yeah.
And be like, do you see what's happening in between those 2 points? They're not necessarily true. We don't have that information.
Yeah.
I would just have to kind of watch you.
Yeah.
Spiral.
Yeah.
Spiral. Wait for you to get at the bottom. Then kind of need to offer comfort in between, even though I know this is all in your head.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I do this too. Like, I can't say like this is a you thing.
Yeah.
But to see like, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, like buckle up. We're about to go in for a whole spiral. And I think I say that because some of the spirals would last maybe 2 to 3 days.
Yeah.
And it was really hard to watch. And also just feel a bit helpless to help you get out of that.
Yeah.
I think then... good qualities abound. Yeah, really, really caring and really consistent, like with your effort. I think this one I say for myself. Hey, men can wash dishes.
Oh, wow.
Hey. It's such a strange thing to see a guy wash dishes. I don't know. I'm sure.
Man's is clean, eh?
No, but it's that you're doing a domestic chore.
Yeah.
And then to do it well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just like a little light thing.
We wash dishes back home. We don't mess around.
I know, but it's like the way you do it. You do it with such commitment.
Yeah.
Like the water's hot.
I hate seeing dirty dishes.
You organize the dishes.
100%. Like I do not.
I don't do that
for
shit.
the life of me, like if I visit someone and see dirty dishes, I'm like, what is going on with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you mentioned something in the beginning about self-care.
Yeah.
But some of those attributes you have like nailed down already. So the drinking water.
Oh yeah, drink. Yeah.
The steaming.
Yeah.
Like that stuff I'm gonna take with me. The ability to not fill up your day unnecessarily and spread out your appointments.
Right. I do it well, hey?
You do that
I do it really well.
Also, I think, I'm not sure if this is something we cultivated together or that came from you.
Yeah.
But the ability to come home, because we had lived together for a while, for those that don't know.
Yeah.
To come home and to communicate to your partner, take time to settle in.
Yeah.
And not to bombard them with like, hey, how was your day?
Yeah.
To kind of be aware and voice out those needs soon.
Yeah.
Knowing that you could spend time together later.
Yeah. It's about who you're meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think like number one, your emotional intelligence is, hey, it's high in the sky. I really can appreciate that so well now, and I can also see in other guys when it's not there. I'm like, you still what? You're still there?
Yeah.
Guys, your brothers have leveled up.
Yeah.
And then also to take some of that language with me.
Yeah.
Like, it's so crazy. Like, we can feel such a multitude of things, but the language to communicate that to a person is sometimes the hardest thing.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
Even to say, like, I really want to spend this time with you, but you're speaking really fast. And can we slow down the conversation?
Yeah. And nothing rude about that. That's what you need.
Nothing rude about that.
That's what you need in that moment.
Yeah.
You need someone to slow down.
And to maybe explain. I've had back-to-back meetings today. I've had a lot of people time.
Yeah.
I can't actually meet you at your energy, but I'm here listening to you.
Yeah.
If that person's coming with high energy.
Yeah.
As opposed to just keeping going and then feeling exhausted at the end of that interaction. Yeah, I don't know how you got here.
You don't know what it is, but maybe it's the witchcraft.
It's working. It's working, and it works really well, and it makes such a big difference.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. First date vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're adding points for me. Whoever's listening will be like, tick.
Yeah.
Tick.
And
tick.
I think it's like, I don't know if I'm boasting about myself now, but like, I think that's important.
Yeah.
Being able to be the ex-partner and be like, guys, this guy's got something. Like, as opposed to like that resentful hatred of like, oh my gosh, Kgothi did me wrong, and our relationship ended, and like, you're such a bad person, and like, fuck him and stuff like that. Like, I can legit say like, or we've come to a place now where I can be like, yeah, guys, like, there's something here. Don't overlook this person. Sorry, I thought. Now my qualities.
Yeah, your quality. Let me also start with bad.
Yes.
So it can end well.
I'll hold my breath.
Yeah. You know the one bad quality that I don't like. You know it.
Which one?
You know it.
The fire.
The fire, but your fighting style.
Oh, my fighting style.
My goodness.
Oh, yeah.
So when Carla fights.
Hey,
And
guns blazing.
guns blazing, Nagasaki, like bombs everywhere.
What's that thing? Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z. She comes with so much fire.
Hey, I get played dirty.
Yeah,
hey?
you play
Yeah.
dirty. You don't hold back.
Yeah.
When you fight, you don't hold back.
Also, that
And
comes down to family culture.
Yeah.
Let's just voice that out.
Yeah. But strangely enough, the one thing that I wanted to mention earlier on about self-care was that I specifically told myself that I'm gonna offer myself what my family couldn't offer me.
Okay.
So all that emotional intelligence. Hey, there's probably a family member listening here. It's like, I'm gonna tell your parents. I'm gonna tell your parents.
Yeah.
But all that emotional intelligence is something that I wanted from other people. So I told myself, I'm gonna give it to myself then.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna give it to myself.
Yeah.
So it does come down to family culture, but
still,
your fighting style kind of reminded me of the fighting style back home.
Right.
Yeah, and I know for a fact I didn't like it. Like even back home, I was like, no, you know.
Yeah.
Like people can resolve things without screaming.
Yes.
And it just didn't make sense. So and I worked really hard to do that for myself amongst friends as well.
Yeah.
Like if there's something, can we sit down and talk about it? And that was bizarre for you. Like sit down and talk about it. What? Be calm. What? No. AK-47.
I feel like I have to defend myself also, like, because I think there's a sense from where I'm sitting, right?
Yeah.
There's an honesty to the emotion.
Yeah.
And if it's anger, it's anger. So.
But remember, how anger looks like in me.
It's different.
Exactly. Because I remember you even said it freaks you out that I can be angry and calm at the same time.
Yeah. Because it makes me scared.
Yeah, I'm able to be very angry and calm at the very same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me explain to people like what would happen. So we tried to have an argument. So like it's kind of like a volcano.
Yeah.
So like for me the lava is coming up and it wants to explode. Hey. Then Mans is out here stopping the lava halfway. He's like, can we slow down? I'm like, you can't slow down the roller coaster, right?
Yeah.
So then you would pause the lava halfway.
Yeah.
Then I think I would die inside.
Yeah.
Because there's about imploding that emotion. But now also I want to be respectful, and you're asking so nicely, and you are trying to slow down. And I can see where you're going, yeah, but that lava wants to come. So then it would go up, have to pause. Go a little bit higher, then pause. Then each time I'm like, this is not working for me.
Yeah.
So, but it would be working for you to slow it down.
Yeah.
And I think also there's something about reading that explosion as trying to hurt you, and it's not about trying to hurt you. It's just about getting it out.
Yeah, getting it out your system, yeah.
Because if it stays inside, it's going to eat me alive.
Yeah.
And I would often feel like I just need to get it out.
Yeah.
And then I can come back down. But you would want to pause it before it got out for your own set of reasons.
Yeah.
And then those two worldviews would clash.
You know what I'm taking note of?
What?
I'm taking note of how spiraling looks completely different for the both of us. Because in that moment, I'd feel like you are spiraling. And I'm like...
Spiraling up, though.
Yeah. And like...
Yeah. Oh, and you spiral down.
And I'm like, yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
Like you...
Yeah, spiral up.
And I'm...
Fireworks.
Like, kind of like sucked into the earth.
Yeah.
Right? But hey, the good qualities. You're...
Stop it.
You're incredibly generous. you are good with money, like how you handle your finances.
Yeah.
My guy, whoever's next.
Oh, shut up!
Take note.
Bank manager.
Take note, please. Take note. You are good with handling your money.
I also take it seriously.
Yeah, you take it seriously.
Like if you get me something and you tell me I don't have to pay you back, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You paying me back though.
Yeah.
This is my money.
Yeah.
I take this shit seriously.
Yeah.
Sorry, you go.
Yeah. And hello. And it's okay, actually.
Sorry.
Okay, the good qualities I said, you're very generous.
Yes.
You're good with your money. You know how to care.
Yeah.
You really do know how to care. There's a lot of love in you.
A lot.
A lot of love. And I always take note when you're trying to protect yourself. And I think sometimes, like, the way I am is to get over that wall of protection, and yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind hearing people in the background.
Okay.
Yeah. So we can send from that postnet to
And
another
then-
postnet. So
Bye, guys.
Are you going now?
To the airport we are.
Okay. Okay, cool. We're back. I was talking about the wall of protection. So like I can see when you're protecting yourself,
Yeah.
but because I know you have so much care, like I always wanna get over it, and I'm like, hey, slow down. It's me. It's me. It's like I understand you're protecting yourself, understandably so.
You said I get quite cold.
Yeah, you get cold when you protect yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, it's me. It's
Yeah.
me. I'm coming in with good intentions.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a lot of care, lots of it, and I understand when you protect yourself because I also have a lot of care.
Yeah.
Willing to give,
Sure.
and you take, like, when you reflect, you take note when people have misused it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's a boundaries thing.
Yeah, it's a boundaries thing. It makes sense when you're finally protecting yourself and saying,
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna give it away loosely like that.
I think often it's when I've already extended way too far.
Yeah,
So it's like you've gone past 0.
Yeah.
And you're already on minus 20.
yeah,
And then that's when that wall kicks in.
Yeah, and the wall,
And I'm
yeah.
like, you can't play games now.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta take this boundary really
seriously, yeah,
And that's why it comes in so hard.
yeah,
But that's also on me to not wait till it's past 0
yeah,
to stop that boundary when I've still got 10%
yeah,
left, 20%
you know?
left.
Yeah,
Like, so, yeah, I also take note that's like a boundary issue for me, and it's not necessarily, yeah, it's a bad quality that I need to work on.
yeah.
Yeah.
With good quality, that can also be a bad quality.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Say it with your
You-
chest.
I'd say you're very good at communicating. Hear me out.
Okay. I don't.
You don't think so?
agree,
You don't
but
agree?
Okay.
I think so, because, like, you'll voice out when you don't want to help, and I think it takes some, I don't know, some level
When I
of
don't want help.
don't want to help.
Oh,
Like,
don't want to
for
help.
example, when I'm cooking in the kitchen, and you're like, listen, do you need help? Because truth be told, I don't want to help. Like, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yo, that's so true.
Yeah, that's something you do really well.
Oh yeah, that's
Like,
so true.
listen, I don't want to fake around. I don't want to help you in the kitchen. Or
Yeah, because the social contract is that, like, or for women especially, like, to be helpful
yeah,
is a big part of our script.
yeah,
So it's always like, oh shit, I see where this is going. Okay.
but then it worked because I don't want to be helped when I'm
Yes.
making food. Yeah, like, please
Yes.
keep your hands away from
Yeah.
my food.
Yeah.
well, it's going to be our food, but
still, you're in charge.
Yeah,
You're the
I'm in
master
charge.
chef.
I'm the master chef.
Yeah.
I enjoy the cooking part.
Yeah.
I enjoy the listening to music while I'm making food part. I enjoy drinking wine while I'm making food.
Got you.
You know,
It's a ritual.
Yeah, it's a ritual.
Yeah.
It's my self-care.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I'm missing some of them, eh?
I mean, the rest are to be experienced.
Yeah, the rest you kind of have to.
You didn't mention the loyalty, though.
Loyalty?
Loyalty.
Uh-huh. What about it?
I'm just very loyal to the people that are in my inner circle.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Sometimes to a fault.
Yeah. I think the word loyalty is
What's coming up here? Your face is glitching.
The word loyalty is quite triggering right now.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I don't think we should, put it on the podcast.
No, me neither.
I guess like the one thing I will add is and the reason why I say like the word loyalty is quite triggering right now is because towards the end of the relationship, I took note of how that loyalty started disappearing.
Yeah.
And it was in the small things.
Yeah.
It was in not committing to the time we had agreed to call. It was in reminding you that, hey, we're supposed to call now.
Yeah.
It was in many things. And because I missed to fill in the gaps, it didn't do me any justice. It didn't at all. I tried to like give myself a narrative.
Yeah.
As to just so I could remain sane. Also, we were doing long distance.
That's true.
We did long distance for 3 months.
Yeah.
And somehow in that 3 months, that long distance really, it did a thing or two.
Yeah. I mean, most people know that long distance is hard. For very like logistical reasons.
Yeah. Especially if you're someone who likes physical touch.
Yes.
Hello.
That's me.
It's you.
Yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say.
We were talking about the loyalty disappearing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I want to just jump back into something that actually links to this, your ability to fill gaps.
Yeah.
Something I would call it a good bad quality. Because so Kgothi has this really interesting ability to predict where something is going.
Yeah.
Linked with like an attentiveness to how someone might be feeling.
Yeah. Pay attention to detail.
Yeah, so I'd found it really hard. And also I'm someone who like wears my heart on my sleeve.
Yeah.
So I found it really hard where I would be feeling something and I would not be ready to share it with you. Whatever it might have been.
Whatever it is, yeah.
And you being able to sense it and then name it.
And then voice it out immediately.
Which was really frustrating also because like sometimes like you're just not ready to like hear that truth or be in that moment. And then knowing that you can sense it before I'm ready to voice it out was quite a struggle in our relationship up until the point where like I'd voiced out to you like if you can see and feel what's about to happen.
You sounded very American in that moment. If you
I know, right?
But
but if that's a thing, for you to keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
Because it sometimes landed really, it made me, it caused me to feel, or I felt really helpless.
You feel disarmed.
Yes,
Yeah.
very disarmed because I had not processed that feeling for myself.
Yeah.
So it's like you're catching me in the middle of the storm and you can already tell that the storm is over.
Yeah.
And then you're out, you're like, oh, the storm is going to end like this. And I'm just kind of like, oh, fuck you. I'm like, I'm still in the storm. Like, let me be in the storm and like be with my feelings and be with my thoughts. And it was kind of like, because once you voice it, you kind of like fast forward the process for that other person.
Yeah.
But then in other situations, it's really helpful.
Yeah.
To be able to like think 2-3 steps ahead of
100%.
where like it's a good quality in some contexts.
Yeah, it has saved me.
I can imagine.
It has saved me.
But when you use it on people,
Ish.
you must be very careful.
And
on a partner also. People in general.
It's funny that you say that because it's the one quality that I do not like about my father.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I sense that you want to share that information.
I want to share that information because I'm
because you can see it.
I can see it, and I'm like, hello, hi.
It's obvious.
It's very
for you.
obvious. Yeah, it's very obvious.
It's like a
for me.
strategic mindset thing that you have.
Yeah.
And
so
the rest of us slow people.
Yeah.
It's almost like you can live on times 2 speed.
Yeah.
In your mind.
Yeah.
And the rest of us we're on times 1 speed.
Times 1, yeah. Yeah, I do it really well. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I even show off sometimes, and I'm like,
I hate you for it.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Yo, I hate you. I hate you for hating it. Like, honestly speaking, it's that quality has saved me. But it's gotten me into trouble. But it has saved me so many times. I remember a friend from back home had a house party, and he had not told his parents.
Oh.
And I think he was also using their car to come pick us up with their fancy car.
Yeah.
But something about that evening did not sit right with me. I couldn't pinpoint it. Okay, we were at Triple S the other day.
Okay.
Yeah?
The
person who walked in, the little sister of my.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That dude.
Yes.
So I'm talking about the brother now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was with him, and I'm like, usually when I'm with him, we're having a good time.
Yes.
It's shits and giggles.
Yeah, this friend of yours.
Yeah. But that evening, it was New Year Eve. That evening, I was like, no man, something's not right.
Yeah.
I said to him, not the friend, but the host. I said, please take me home. And he's like, the party hasn't even started yet. I'm like, no, take me home. Something is not right.
So it's like a deep intuition.
Yeah. Something's just
like the word that comes up is a sixth sense.
Yeah. Got home. Then my friend.
Yes, the host.
Not the host.
Okay.
Let's just call him O.
Okay, let's call him O.
O calls me when I get home, and he's like, you'll never believe what just happened. He even called me, he's like, you flippin' witch.
Why?
Like,
okay, what happened?
And I'm like, my guy, what's up? He's like, his dad just arrived and he just kicked us out. And I was like, I knew it.
So the host's dad.
The host dad just came back and he kicked them out. He told everyone go home. I was like, something wasn't. I'm like, I knew it, man.
Yeah.
I flippin' knew it.
Yeah.
Like something was just off about that evening.
Yes.
And I've learned to listen to it because
Yes.
the times where I didn't listen to it,
Yes.
like I was in a mess. I was like, I should have listened to my gut, my intuition, my sixth sense. But I think we can safely wrap it up.
Yeah. Maybe some last thoughts.
Yeah, last thoughts. What could have we done differently for this to last? Because the weird thing about this relationship is that it has come to an end.
Yeah.
But it was so good.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced by your yeah.
Yeah?
I'm not convinced by your yeah.
Yes. You're right.
Yes, you're right. Was it good?
It was good. Khothi's like leaning in, trying to get me to answer differently. Yeah, it was good. It was good. In hindsight.
Alrighty.
In hindsight, I think I should have taken a step back after that previous relationship.
Yeah, I think you needed time. But
and I should have listened to my gut about that.
yeah.
So when we jumped into the first year, like, because we had started
The 24th of October.
Sure. And when we got into the beginning of 2022?
Yeah, 2022. That's when we started living together.
Yeah, things happened quickly.
Yeah.
And because they were so good,
Yeah.
despite them being quickly,
Yeah.
I thought that things were good.
Yeah.
Cool, there were like some logistical reasons around why we lived together and stuff.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, when that happened,
Yeah.
I had a feeling of like, I didn't expect this to carry on
Yeah.
into the next year.
Yeah. I could see the shock in your face. You're like, wait, I'm in this thing. In.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in hindsight, because I'm 32.
Hey, you're revealing my age. I said you're 6 years older than me. Now people are gonna do the math.
Yeah, they must do the maths, man. What have we got to hide?
No?
What have we got to hide?
No, it's always nice when you keep your age a secret.
Oh.
But yeah,
Okay.
go for it.
I think I'm trying to find the right word. We know it's socialization.
Yeah.
We know it's peer pressure. We know it's the social pressure to get married and stuff. But, like, even if we know that thing is just a narrative, like, the pull to get into that space was so strong in my subconscious that I pushed away the feeling of like, this is happening a bit fast.
Yeah, it happened really fast.
And like, I remember that feeling of like, the words were, I did not expect this to carry on. And if I had just spent a bit of time in those words, I would have realized that this is not what I need right now. And I think I could have been a better partner if I had just been honest with myself that even though there's this beautiful human being that's, in my doorstep, like, I'm allowed to take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was that one conversation we had on your couch, and it threw me off when you asked me, when are you going to ask me out? And I looked at you, and you looked at me and thought, no, this guy's not serious about me.
Yeah.
And I said, no, I am serious.
Yeah.
But do you hear yourself? When am I going to ask you out?
Yeah.
I didn't want to, but you know what it felt like?
What?
She can't get away.
Yeah, I think there was always more than one thing happening at the same time.
It's like she can't get away.
Yeah.
She can't.
Yeah, and then on my side it was like, I can't miss out on this.
Exactly, that's what it felt like. I was like, I can't miss out on a good relationship or a good human.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
And there was also a lot of pressure around parents sometimes. Like, for example, my dad would say, like, it's always best that you find a partner at uni. So that
that thought.
Yeah, that thought.
That
it's
thought.
like, why can't I just go through life? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And see where it takes me.
Yeah.
So it was my final undergrad year.
Yes.
Here I am, I just met this beautiful human. I'm like, well, hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
It's not a lot of time, hey?
It's not a lot of time. I'm like,
3 years to meet the love of your life, hey?
yeah.
It's not a lot of time.
It's not a lot of time. And I, like, to the people who like might think that they found the one at uni, don't put yourself under so much pressure.
Yeah.
Just live life.
Literally, this came up for me yesterday.
Yeah.
And I put it as a status because it just...
On WhatsApp?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, the word is just, or like the phrase is like, what is the rush?
Yeah. Why the rush?
and it's just been coming up a lot for me in conversations with other people that are much younger than me. Like, this feeling of like, get it together.
Yeah.
Get it together, get the degrees, get the person.
Yeah.
So that you could actually start.
Yeah, and I keep asking myself, start what?
Start what? Yeah, as if we're not living.
Yeah, I'm like,
As
I've
if
already
we are
started.
This is not, yeah.
I've already started ages ago.
And it's so subtle, but it's so powerful.
Yeah.
So just to circle back to the question, like, I don't have... regret would be too strong of a word, but to do something differently would be to, like, even if we gave it like 3 months, to properly mourn. Not that it takes 3 months. Like,
yeah, it looks different.
I'm still going through some stuff now, but
same.
Just to give it a bit of a break.
I think it needs to breathe.
It needs to breathe.
It needs to breathe, yeah.
And even as I'm saying this, like, there's a part of me that's fighting back, because I did think about this a lot at the time. And then my dad was like, yo, there are no rules.
Yeah, there are no rules
to this.
Yeah.
Because at the time, also, you were really enticing.
Yeah.
And my personality is like, I want you now.
Yeah.
So there was a part of me that was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Who says you have to wait?
Yeah.
Who says that works better?
Yeah, and then there was also the age thing, and I actually didn't care about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know it was also refreshing to see my parents not care.
Yeah.
About it as well. It's like, yeah, so what? She's 6 years older than you, and then.
Yeah.
And then what?
Yeah, another beautiful example of a rule.
Yeah.
Of like what this is supposed to be.
Yeah.
What's the correct age gap?
Yeah.
Which tracks back. I'm not a deep history person, but I'm sure there's people listening like that has roots in particular narratives of what it means to get married. And like the right, in air quotes, the right way to do it.
Yeah.
Hey, we could be here for so long, but can I just quickly share? So I think I'm going to be a bit vague about this to protect the people involved. But there's someone really close to me who has followed a lot of the traditional routes in terms of finding a partner and getting married and the qualities that they're supposed to have.
Yeah.
One of the qualities that it's a cisgendered relationship, and the partner is a year older than her.
Oh, okay.
So that is supposed to mean that he meets her emotionally and in other ways.
Yeah, in other ways as well. Yeah.
And I'm just seeing how their marriage has like set them up for failure. And the thing that comes up for me is that following the rules can fuck you over if they're not voiced out and if there isn't integrity in that relationship. So yeah, there's a very clear message that like, okay, fair for some people, following the rules and following traditions might have worked out really well for them, but actually breaking the rules is choosing your joy.
Yeah.
And finding a partner that doesn't necessarily look like what we've been told it should look like.
Yeah.
And I think for me, I'm gonna just come in with something I want to say to you as well.
Okay.
Because for you,
yeah,
and for guys like you, it's the height rule. It's this damn height rule.
Yeah.
That stings.
Yeah. You have to be taller than your partner.
You have to be taller than her. And it's in girls' minds.
Yeah, I blame Disney. Fuck you, Disney, for that.
Yeah, sure. Take a jab at Disney.
Yeah, I need a job. Hold on. Whoa, Disney.
We love you, Disney.
Yeah, we love you, Disney.
But just, I think I say that because like, all of my partners, you included,
Mm.
have been either same height or slightly taller.
I'm the slightly taller one, by the way.
And
Just saying.
you're slightly taller.
Mm.
And I think I've just seen also with some of the students I've taught this year, like the short guys always bring up their own shortness.
So, for example, right? Growing up, I never cared about my height, mainly because I was taller than the other kids, right?
Yeah.
But growing up for me stopped at grade 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Like I grew up real quick,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like pew, boop, stopped at grade 9. Then
Yes.
everyone picked up from there.
Yes.
So everyone else,
Yes.
they just picked up from there.
Yes.
Then it started becoming a problem. But at first I didn't care about it.
Yeah.
Mainly because there were girls who did not care about my height.
Yeah.
But because people kept highlighting it,
Yes.
I thought it was a problem. But I'm like, wait, hold on. These are my genes, though.
Yes.
What am I supposed to do?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a bit messy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. I just.
Or Ronaldo. Badum. Did you get that?
Oh yeah. That was so lame.
Yo, I love
So-
my dry humor. Yeah.
I think for women it would come out differently. So I think there's a body image thing around like your size and what guys necessarily want and don't want. But there are so many rules
Yeah.
that we're given as we like step into this find a life partner situation.
Yeah.
And I just think that we need to be really aware of those rules and when they are serving us and when they're not serving us. And like that actually circles back to what we've spoken about care.
Yeah.
Like what does that care look like? What are the limits? What are the barriers? What are the what's good care? When does it go into trying to I put in air quotes like fix or be the hero for
Mr. Superman.
for our partner.
Yeah. Or Wonder Woman.
Or Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'll be a superhero. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're both superheroes, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. There
We
was a
are.
clash.
There was a clash.
There was a clash.
Maybe.
Sometimes a healthy clash, though. Sometimes a healthy clash. It was a...
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it might be interesting just to mention one thing about the leadership thing.
Yeah.
So something we found out later
Yeah.
after we'd broken up, and which just really gave language to what we had experienced,
Yeah.
is that both Kgothi and I have strong leadership impulses.
Yeah. Like from both sides, like we always assume the leadership role.
Yeah.
And you should see when we both try and take the leadership role.
Yeah.
Yo.
We short circuit.
Yeah, we short circuit. No, I think this will work. No, I think this will work.
Yeah.
No, listen. And then the sixth sense comes in.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, listen. If we do it your way, this is what's gonna happen. And then
that would not land well. I'm like, who do you think you are? Because we both have a strong belief in how we see something could go.
Yeah.
And it's different, like, if you follow that path and you fail. Like, for me, it often lands as like, oh, damn, okay. I actually had thought this would really work.
Yeah.
Because I don't have that sixth sense thing.
Yeah.
But it was just really useful to find that out, because in the relationship, didn't understand it.
Yeah.
And I thought I was just being a dick, or I thought I was being arrogant, and I thought you were being arrogant.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a trust issue thing.
It's very interesting because have you been called arrogant? I have. A lot of the times.
People don't call me arrogant to my face.
Is it?
So I don't know if they say it
I've
behind
been
my
called
back.
arrogant to my face.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I hide it in the way I speak.
Yeah, is it?
If I'm being honest.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you call me arrogant, I get more arrogant. Because the person who called me arrogant, I said, I'm sorry that you lack in confidence. like, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, so it, just to clarify, it also came out through the whole star sign thing.
Which I don't strongly believe in, but
which you don't
go
believe.
for it.
Yeah. So the thing I had read online was just that Leo and Virgo would clash.
I'm not a Virgo.
You're not a Virgo, man. Scorpio.
Scorpio.
Like, we would clash because we would need to find a way to co-lead, and we
Yeah.
both have that strong leadership pull or impulse in us.
Yeah.
And I think what's cool is, like, we can laugh about it now.
Yeah, we can laugh about it now.
In hindsight, I mean, in some ways it did work,
Yeah.
but it was also, I think it's informed by other things.
Yeah.
So it's informed by my upbringing and being taught to be really independent,
Yeah.
and then not knowing what, like, a healthy dependence looks like.
Yeah.
And I say it also because I saw it in myself in previous relationships,
Yeah.
like, really struggling to be led
Yeah.
if I don't agree
Yeah.
with the path that's being laid out for me.
You know what I found funny?
What?
When I would say, hey, let me go do grocery for us. And
Yeah.
your face would just be like, no, I'm coming with. I'm like, no, let me just go do grocery for us.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe some of it is a trust thing.
Yeah.
But
Hey, wait, I haven't answered
you haven't answered.
what could we have done differently? You might not like the answer.
Thank you for the disclaimer.
I personally think we should have started dating now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you needed 2 years of being single, not 2 years of dating me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, and this is not me like fishing for, hey, we might get back together. No.
Yeah.
I just think it would have worked well if we started that relationship
Yeah.
now.
I think it's important I think it's important because I want to acknowledge you in this. I think you held me a lot in my mourning process.
Yeah, I did. And I didn't mind.
And I take note of, like, how messy that must have been for you.
Yeah.
Because also the beginning of mourning that ex-partner was missing the friendship I had with them, with the confusion of how much I hated them.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm gonna just I'm not sure if I might leave some people out, but if you've watched the movie Inside Out, like, it's an animation about how our minds and our emotions develop when we're younger. But one of the things that happens in that movie is that sometimes things start out as one pure color and one pure emotion. So you're just happy, you're just sad, you're just frustrated. And then towards the end of the movie, you get this marble, which is what the emotion looks like, where there are two things happening at once and it's mixed. And I think that's what the mourning process was like for me.
Yeah.
Like, there were days I knew I should not be with this person, but there were days where I missed him so much, and it must have been really hard to be with me.
Yeah.
While I'm saying that I miss my ex.
Yeah.
But knowing that I'm with you, and you kind of held that complexity with such grace.
Yeah, sometimes I hate that I'm understanding.
Yeah,
honestly.
So to tap in what you said, like, I think if I had done that morning on my own and not kind of put it at your door, I think that would have been a bit better.
Yeah. You were loyal through that morning process, because I think sometimes it's easier for...
Loyal to...
I'm getting there.
Okay.
It's easier for someone to go back to their ex because it's very familiar. It's like...
Sure.
It's like, like I've
learned... At least I know them.
At least I know them. So whichever curveball they throw, I'm used to it by now.
Right.
So I'll give it to you for being very strong and being dedicated to your decision.
Yeah.
And saying that, no, this is not working.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it wasn't so great witnessing it.
Yeah.
But the way I saw it, I think the crappy narrative I told myself was that you are an investment, and the ROI, return on investment,
oh, okay,
will be once you've healed from this thing.
Sure.
I think it did to a certain extent.
Yeah. No, I came out.
Yeah, you came
Came
out.
out of it.
But
it took like 6 months.
Yeah, it took
of
a
like
while.
That, just deep mourning.
Deep mourning, and then I got to experience Carla, the girlfriend.
Yeah. Oh, she's great.
And she's amazing. Yeah. Let's go be single.
Let's go be single.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you like to end this?
I want to say thank you for having me on the podcast.
100%.
It also feels so good to know that I don't have to do mourning around this.
Yeah.
There might be a different kind of process.
Yeah, I think there will be a different kind of process.
But I don't have the desire to delete you from my life.
Yeah.
Like, just in terms of pictures and memories.
Yeah.
Like, there's a feeling of like things being closed,
Yeah.
but there's no, and that's so refreshing.
Yeah.
Like, it feels, it's like I haven't gone down.
Yeah.
And I have to pick myself back up. I can just still be at surface level and move forward. So I want to thank you.
Yeah,
for that.
you're welcome. I'd like to also say thank you. I opened my heart fully.
Yeah.
It's not easy to do.
Yeah.
And I'd like to thank myself, and I'd also like to thank you for coming in to my life, because who else would have, let me see that it's time to open your heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I said earlier on, I played around a lot.
Yeah.
Just to protect my heart.
Yeah.
That's it. Like keep things casual.
Yeah.
Let's have fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've learned a lot about myself in the relationship.
Yeah.
And I would let's end it with a handshake.
Yeah, shaking hands.
We're shaking hands. Oh wow.
And with a handshake.
Yeah, it was cool having you.
Yeah, it was cool being here.